Rain pattered against the glass windows of a small-town Ohio diner. Inside, the smell of frying bacon and hot coffee filled the air. Rachel sat in a corner booth, her son Noah across from her. The boy's hair was damp from the rain, his cheeks red from the chill. Rachel opened her wallet. Inside was a single $5 bill. Her chest tightened. That was it. That was all she had until payday. She glanced at Noah, who was coloring on the back of a placemat with the stub of a crayon. "Mom," he asked without looking up, "are we okay?" Rachel forced a smile. "We're okay, baby. Don't you worry." But worry gnawed at her. Should she spend the $5 on this meal, or save it for milk and bread tomorrow? She wanted Noah to have at least one warm dinner, so she folded the bill between her fingers and sighed. From behind the counter, Linda, the diner's waitress, watched. She had served in this diner for 30 years. She knew the look in Rachel's eyes, pride mixed with exhaustion, the face of someone who carried too much. When Rachel placed her order, Linda walked to the kitchen and whispered, "Put it on my tab." Later, she returned with steaming plates of pancakes and eggs. Noah's eyes lit up. Rachel reached for her $5 bill, but Linda gently pushed her hand down. "Already taken care of," Linda said with a smile. She slid a napkin across the table. Written on it were 5 words, "Pay it forward when you can." Rachel blinked, her throat tight. She looked at Linda, who simply winked and walked away. Noah picked up the napkin and held it like a treasure. "Mom," he whispered, "we'll do that one day, right?" Rachel nodded, though tears blurred her vision. "One day, sweetheart, I promise." The years rolled forward. Rachel worked tirelessly, early mornings at the grocery store, late nights cleaning offices. Life chipped away at her, but she held fast to her promise. Noah grew taller, older, his face losing its boyish roundness. He learned to live with less, secondhand shoes, patched jeans, a baseball glove so worn the leather cracked. But he never complained. The diner remained their anchor. Linda became like family, sliding an extra cookie onto Noah's plate or giving Rachel coffee refills for free. Around them, the diner's regulars created a patchwork of American life. Truck drivers swapping stories, a Vietnam veteran who always sat by the window, single parents juggling toddlers. Everyone carried quiet burdens, but the diner made them feel less alone. By 16, Noah got a job at the diner. He balanced school and shifts, learning the rhythm of clattering plates and ringing bells. Linda took him under her wing. "You've got good eyes, kid," she said one night as he bussed tables. "Not everyone sees people the way you do." Noah shrugged, embarrassed. "Guess Mom taught me that." But dreams still tugged at him. He wanted to go to college, maybe study engineering. Money, though, stood in the way. Tuition was a mountain, and his family had no ropes to climb it. Rachel quietly thought about selling her wedding ring, the last piece of her late husband. She never told Noah. One rainy night, echoes of the past returned. A tired man sat at the counter, counting change. His young daughter beside him wore a pink backpack, her small hands clutching a torn teddy bear. The man frowned at the menu, his face tight with worry. Noah watched from behind the counter. Something stirred inside him, a memory of pancakes, a napkin, his mother's tired smile. Without hesitation, he leaned toward the cook. "Put their meal on my tab." When the plates arrived, the man looked confused. I didn't order this. I don't have enough." Noah smiled gently and slid a folded napkin toward him. The man opened it. Inside were the words, "Pay it forward when you can, Noah." The man's lips trembled. He nodded, speechless, and whispered a quiet, "Thank you." His daughter beamed as she dug into her food, unaware of the struggle that had just been lifted. Later that night, Rachel found Noah's old baseball glove in his closet. The leather was cracked, the stitches loose. She sat on his bed, realizing how much he had sacrificed over the years. His wants, his comfort, even his dreams for others. Her chest ached with pride and sorrow. Months passed. Then came graduation day. Families filled the bleachers, waving signs and snapping photos. Rachel sat front row, her hands clasped, heart pounding as Noah's name was called. When Noah stepped to the podium, he carried not just his diploma, but the weight of a story. His voice trembled at first, but grew stronger as he spoke. "I want to tell you all about a night at a little diner," he began. He told them about his mom's last $5, about Linda's napkin, and about the man and daughter he'd helped just months ago. "One act of kindness," he said, "changed everything for me. And it can change the world if we keep it moving forward." The audience was silent, then erupted in applause. Rachel wiped her eyes. What Noah hadn't expected was the envelope handed to him later. A scholarship award. Linda had secretly written a letter on his behalf, describing his character, his work ethic, and his compassion. That evening, as the sun set over the town, the diner's neon sign glowed in the night. Inside, the same hum of voices filled the air. A new family walked in, clutching a few dollar bills, worry in their eyes. Linda smiled knowingly as she handed them menus. Somewhere, the cycle had already begun again. And so, the last $5 kept moving forward, not as money, but as kindness.